Hey, what's going on? Aaron Goldsten here. And in this video, I'd like to give you a review of Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule. And in this video, I'm basically going to give you the whole book summed up into one sentence and then give you a couple scenarios of my life where I use this. And the cool thing is you can actually use Grant Cardone's 10X Rule in any and every area of your life. I use it mainly for making money, but I've used it also in other areas too because it's a good general rule to follow. So the idea behind the rule is you want to take whatever it is you're doing and multiply it by 10. So for example, if you're in a business where let's say you make outbound phone calls and you call 50 people a day, Grant Cardone says take that goal of 50 people a day and multiply it by 10, 500 people a day. If you have a goal of, let's say, making $1 million a year, take that goal, 10x it. Your goal is now $10 million a year, and now put together a game plan to make to hit the $10 million. Grant Cardone says in his book that there's a good chance you're going to miss the goal. Okay, you might hit it, but there's a good chance you're going to miss it. But it's a lot better to miss making $10 million a year by a little bit and maybe be making $7, $8 million a year than to have your goal be to make $1 million a year and then miss that, right? And then also kind of a side benefit of this is when you set big goals, it's easier to get inspired, right? Think about this, right? So let's say that your goal is to make $50,000 or $100,000. Well, what sounds more exciting to you? What would you rather have? $50,000 to $100,000 or $500,000 to $1 million? It'd be the second one, right? Now I use this. I remember the first time I listened to this, and I use this in. I've started over a dozen businesses, and I've listened to over 10,000 hours of books on audio on how to get rich, how to get money, books like Grant Cardone's books, as well as a ton of other books. I listen to 2 to 3 hours of self-improvement a day, and so I remember when I was listening to this book on audio, I got right to the point where I understood the concept and I grasped it. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to try this with something else. So I was going to the gym. And I told myself I was going to run a mile. I was going to run a mile and then I was going to do some weights. Well, I said, all right. I said, well, instead of running 1 mile, I'm going to run 10 miles. And I got on the treadmill and I ran my ass off. And I didn't run 10 miles, but I ran 5 miles. And I'll tell you what, I felt a lot better running 5 miles than I did running 1 mile. Right? I'm sure it was a lot better for my body. I burned a lot more calories, and then you just get that runner's high when you are, running a lot, and that felt really good. Now, of course, you got to have some common sense and not be an idiot, right? If you're an idiot, you should never watch any of my videos anyway, right? If you're taking a shot at the club, you shouldn't take 10 shots at the club. If you're, going 60 miles an hour, you shouldn't go drive 600 miles an hour. So you can't be an idiot, right? And if you're an idiot, you should go read another book, not Grant Cardone's book. But overall, the book is a fantastic book. It's a fantastic concept, and I've applied it to every area of my life. I'll tell you another story. So I had a buddy of mine, right? And this buddy of mine was really good with girls. I mean, he always knew exactly what to say. He was very smooth. He could always have a conversation. He could read girls really well and tell, when it was time to go in for the kiss, and then he could tell when it was, time to build a little bit more comfort with them. Very, very, very good at reading women and adjusting what he was doing to, reciprocate where they were. So he wasn't ever saying anything awkward or anything like that. Well, I asked him how he got good at it, and he said what he did is he wanted to get a girlfriend. So what he did is he went out and he talked to 150 different women a week. And it was direct, right? So he'd walk up to 150 women a week and he would say something along the lines of, hey, I think you're attractive. I wanted to come over here to meet you, okay? So it wasn't bullshit. It was, right to the point. Okay, he did that for over a year. Well, let me tell you something, guys. When you talk to 150 women a week, when you're trying to get a girlfriend and you talk to over 600 women a month, you figure out kind of how to be social very quickly, and B, you get a girlfriend. He ended up getting a girlfriend, and now he only dates women that he wants to date, right? I know people, and they say, oh, I never can find someone to date, and they don't fucking talk to one person a month. He was out there talking to 600 people a month. Who do you think is going to have the better chance of finding the relationship? The person that's out there running the numbers. A lot of this stuff is just running the numbers. So that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can apply this to anything in life. Now, what I did is, with all the businesses that I started, I had 3 mentors with all the books that I read. I realized there's one thing that stops people, one thing that holds people back, one thing that prevents people from getting rich. And I put together a free report that reveals this. If you'd like to get instant access to this free report, there should be a link right underneath this video that says click here, and then AaronGoldsten.com/wealth. If you click that link, and you go ahead and click that link now, you'll be taken to my website where you can get instant access to the free report. In the free report, I outline, it's one simple, easy to understand idea and concept. I outline what the concept is, and I show you how to never fall victim to this trap. Because a lot of people, right, if you want to get a certain result in life, but you do the wrong things, you take the wrong actions, you're going to get pain. So I outline what this one simple concept is, and then how to make sure you never do it so you can go out there and get rich, if of course you want to get rich. If you don't want to get rich, if you're happy making the amount of money you're making, maybe you have a job and you love your job, well, the free report will not benefit you whatsoever. But you can always subscribe to my channel. That's what I got for you guys. I will see you on the next video.